Welcome to the Better Communication Results podcast, where we help you elevate your professional communication skills and make a bigger impact. I'm your host, Lee Hopkins, and this is episode 131. In today's episode, we're going to explore how every business professional, even those without formal communication training, can deliver truly effective communication with customers and clients. Strong communication isn't just for the extroverts or the natural public speakers among us. It's an essential skill that anyone in a client-facing or customer-oriented role can and should develop. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Maybe you're an engineer, not a salesperson, and you don't consider yourself to have the gift of the gab. Or perhaps you're in accounts, not marketing, and you're wondering how you're supposed to communicate at that level. The truth is, effective communication isn't about grand oratory or intrinsic charisma. It's about connecting authentically, understanding your audience, and conveying your message in a clear, compelling way. Too often, professionals in technical or specialized roles default to jargon-heavy, internally focused communication. They get caught up in the minutiae and forget that their clients and customers don't really care about the technical details. What they want to know is how your offering solves their problems and improves their lives. So the key is to approach every interaction by keeping your audience at the center. Ask yourself, what does my audience need and want to hear? So the first principle of effective communication is to always keep your audience at the forefront. Far too often, I see professionals default to jargon-heavy, internally focused communication. But your clients and customers don't care about the technical minutiae. They want to know how your offering solves their problems and improves their lives. So approach every interaction by asking yourself, what does my audience need and want to hear? Secondly, focus on active listening. Too many people are just waiting for their turn to speak, rather than truly hearing what the other person is saying. Make a conscious effort to understand their perspective, concerns, and objectives. Asking thoughtful questions and paraphrasing back what you've heard demonstrates that you're engaged and invested in the conversation. And thirdly, embrace the power of storytelling. People are hardwired to respond to narratives, not just bare facts. So rather than launching into a data-dense presentation, consider framing your message as a story. Use vivid details, dialogue, and a clear narrative arc to make your points more memorable and impactful. Now, let's talk about some practical strategies to improve your communication, even if public speaking fills you with dread. The first is to prepare thoroughly. Research your audience. Anticipate likely questions or objections, and develop clear, concise talking points. The more familiar and comfortable you are with the material, the more naturally it will flow. Secondly, practice, practice, practice. Whether it's role-playing with a colleague or recording yourself, the more you can rehearse your communication, the more poised and confident you'll be. And don't forget to pay attention to your body language and tone of voice. These non-verbal cues are just as important as the words you choose. Finally, don't be afraid to ask for feedback. Reach out to trusted peers or mentors and ask them for their honest assessment of your communication style. Where are your strengths? What areas could use improvement? Implement that feedback and continually work on refining your skills. I can't rate Toastmasters highly enough and believe everyone should seek out their local group and join. They are brilliant at giving you positive feedback and helping you grow as a communicator. It's also worth noting that effective communication isn't just about the one-way delivery of information. It's a two-way dialogue where you're actively listening and responding to your audience's needs and concerns. So be prepared to pivot your approach if you sense you're losing their attention or missing the mark. Remember, effective communication isn't just for the select few. It's a learnable skill that can be honed by anyone. By keeping your audience top of mind, actively listening, and incorporating strategic storytelling, you can elevate your interactions with customers and clients, regardless of your role or background. So the next time you have an important meeting, presentation, or client conversation, approach it with intention and a genuine desire to connect. Your communication prowess just might become your secret competitive edge. That's it for today. Thanks for tuning in to the Better Communication Results podcast. I'm Lee Hopkins, reminding you that great communication is the foundation of professional success. Until next week, keep communicating with passion.